To start this video, Habs fans, I'm going to stand on my business a little bit here because I've been talking about this Zachary Bolduc player for all season. And I've been going on and on about, man, the Habs have a player here, and I am justified, at least so far in the season. Now, my boy Bolduc is not going to score 82 goals, but man, the St. Louis Blues are going to regret letting go of this guy, man. I'm telling you right now, he plays in the guts of the game. He plays in the guts of the game. He likes to go to the net, and this is a player that a lot of Habs fans are really, really going to love. Anyways, about what the video is about, we got to talk about Lane Hutson. This is one of the most important things, and I'm telling you, the Montreal Canadiens have a lot of news and rumors going on around them. We're going to get into all of that, but welcome back to Pixel Plus Hockey. If you could make sure to hit that subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated, and thank you so much to those that are already supporting me as well. It is very, very humbling. It's funny, when we talk about the signings of Lane Hutson, I remember, Drager a couple of days ago being like, oh, everybody needs to take a step back, and Elliot Friedman saying everybody needs to take a step back, and it's a bit of a mess there, blah, blah, blah. And things can seem like a mess, but like I told you guys, the Montreal Canadiens and Lane Hutson aren't nearly as far away from a contract as you think. This is stuff that happens when teams and players aren't that far and they start negotiating through the media. Which, as you know, in my opinion, I don't really particularly like that. I think that can get toxic. I don't think it's overly professional. Although, I gotta give a lot of respect to the Montreal Canadiens, man. They really know how to negotiate and negotiate hard with a player. And honestly, because of this information, I actually wanted to wait a little bit. I bet you any money as soon as I post this, Lane Hutson will be signed. But here we have a very interesting quote. It seems that an agreement is imminent between the Canadiens and Lane Hutson. Thursday night, Ryan Barnes, the defenseman's agent, was seen with Kent Hughes on the walkway at Little Caesars Arena. Jonathan Bernier, close quote. So that is very, very good. And see what I told you guys? Everybody was, everybody needs to take a step back. Oh, Lane Hutson, they might not sign him. Oh, this is going to get toxic. And I was like, you know what? I think that they're a lot closer than you think. I just think that they're negotiating through the media like players and teams always do. And they make it seem a lot worse than it is. It's so interesting. In contract negotiations, sometimes teams, they're not even that far away and they're arguing over, $500,000 over a certain amount of years in the contract, which, it's a lot of money to people, working class people like us, but you understand what I mean. Now, we're going to shift away from the positives around this, and apparently, again, this is what happens. We go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in terms of negotiation. And what's happening now is there's at least rumors that Lane Hutson's dad is actually getting involved in it as well, and I just really don't like to hear this. I think it's so silly when family gets involved. Just let the agent and the team deal with it. That just seems so silly to me. And here we have the quote from Chris Johnson, insider Chris Johnson. But let's face it, it's not a secret, he's got a dad that's involved in this negotiation. And he's, I can only imagine he's looking at what's best for his kid, what he thinks is best for his kid, Chris Johnson, close quote. So yeah, again, it's funny. A lot of stars' parents kind of do this. Even with, Mitch Marner and Nylander. Nylander's dad was in the negotiations as well. I don't know. I think it's a bit silly. I think that you literally hire agents for that. I think that you can get advice from your parents to the player. I'm fine with that. If I have a son, I would give him advice if it was like this. But I would probably deal with the negotiations. I would allow the negotiations to just go through the player agent and the team. I just don't think that this is going to fix anything. Because from my opinion, it kind of looks like he's going to complicate these talks. I don't think that he's going to simplify the talks. I think that he is going to complicate the talks. Question of the video, what do you think about Lane Hutson's dad getting involved in these talks? I just personally don't think it's really that good. Okay, so to shift gears, I also want to talk about future Montreal Canadian Sidney Crosby, and the fact that it does seem that he's settling into the fact that the Pittsburgh Penguins might not be that good this year, and that he only has a certain amount of chances to actually win a cup. Although he's won multiple cups, guys like him are built different. They always want to win a cup, and they want to play on teams that are on an upswing. Now, to be completely fair, the Pittsburgh Penguins they're actually 2-1. They lost to the New York Rangers today. But again, I just still don't think that the Pittsburgh Penguins are really going to be all that good this year. I think that the Montreal Canadiens are on a much bigger upswing, and they've been impressively managed. This is why I call Sidney Crosby the future Montreal Canadian. And here we have the very interesting quote from NHL Rumor Report. Darren Drager regarding Sidney Crosby trade speculation. Undoubtedly, Sid has had this conversation with his family and with his agent countless times over the offseason. The reality is setting in here. He's running out of opportunities. Barn burner. Close quote. And it's just a fact. And honestly, maybe this is just me just drinking the Kool-Aid. I've said this multiple times that I just really want to see Sid the Kid don the Canadiens jersey. I think it would be a fantastic story. And while it may not be the young center that some Canadiens fans are looking for, we're going to hear it in the comments here of, well, I want a younger center. Man, I understand Sidney Crosby is 38 years old, but he is just a fantastic player. Let's be honest here. And also, I wanted to talk about one other thing that Marco D'Amico said that I found really, really interesting of when the Montreal Canadiens are going to be talking about trades more and more often. And here we have a very, very interesting quote from Marco D'Amico. According to the NHL league sources and longtime cap watchers, Montreal's management views December as the true opening of the trade season, and it's not by chance, close quote. So obviously, Montreal is going to be looking at getting to the trade season a little bit early. Like, for me, I would not be surprised if the Montreal Canadiens announce a trade, November or even middle of December. Like, I wouldn't be shocked by that, because this is the whole point of why they traded that Carey Price contract and why it's honestly so important to get out ahead of that, so it puts them in a good position. So we'll have to see what actual center that they can attain this season, and I really, really hope it is a center, although maybe they're actually doing perfectly fine without the center, but they are going to need more depth, especially when Kirby Dach is playing on your second line. I just personally think that long term, you're going to need some depth there. But guys, why don't you tell me what you think about all this information? I'm really excited to see what the Lane Hutson contract would be. As is predicted, 8 times 9.5 is what I think it's going to be. Drop your predictions below. I'm going to leave this video right here. If you can make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it, guys. And make sure to have a great day. Goodbye, guys.